Hello, everyone. Welcome to Impactful Gems. Welcome back. For those of you all who have been here before, and for those of you all who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here on my channel. Today, I'm going to continue. I've been doing a mini series about it. It turned into a series. So I'm going to continue with definitions for when you're dealing with a narcissist. So today we are going to talk about gaslighting. Are you being gaslighted? So what is gaslighting? So ultimately gaslighting is it is actually having your emotions and your reality denied by someone. I'm going to repeat that. Having your emotions and your reality denied. So it is like a lot of narcissistic terms, a term that people throw around. They don't even know what it means. But it is a real thing. So if you ever been gaslighted, you all, whoever been here before, you know, I love examples. So I'm gonna give some examples. But so I want to talk about this. This is really, well, anything dealing with a narcissist is a problem because it's all about them, right? But so when you're being gaslighted, really what's happening is the person that's gaslighting you, they're trying to make it seem like you're going crazy. Something wrong with you. When actually, no, something's wrong with you, narcissist person. But the goal, because it's a form of emotional abuse, is to make it seem like, no, you're the one with the problem. Okay. So I'm just going to go over some sentences that you may hear from a person that's gaslighting you. So they may say things like, stop being so sensitive. You can't take a joke. When they just said something that was off the chain, that they knew, oh, they know, absolutely, they know that it hurt your feelings, or that it was destructive. But they'll say things like, oh, you can't take a joke. Oh, why are you so serious? Okay, things like that. Or what's wrong with you? Oh, that's another one. I've heard that a lot in my life. What's wrong with you? And I'm looking like, what's wrong with you? You the one, what? Yeah, that's a big one. What's wrong with you? Or you need help. I think you may be mentally ill. Yeah, I think you may be mentally ill. Part of it too is twisting your words. That's thrown in there too. Twisting your words when you know you didn't say that. It's almost like you almost want to tape every conversation or have a journal. Like, okay, I got to take notes when I'm talking to you because this gonna be a problem, right? Also, they'll say things like, "Well, I want to talk about the twisting of your words. I really do want to stick to that for one moment because I have had this happen, and I'm telling y'all, it's like a gaslighting is like a snake. It it could come in real subtle. It doesn't always make big grandiose type things. It can be or grandiose type statements. It can be real subtle, real sneaky, right? And then you start to become like your own detective. Like, wait a minute, did I say that? Did I really say that? No, you didn't. No, especially when you see a pattern. When you see a pattern of this behavior, oh, you're being gaslighted. Okay. Then the other thing they'll do is the narcissist, the person who's gaslighting you, what they'll do is they'll say something and then deny they said it. I didn't say that. Well, you know good and well they said it. Oh, that never happened. Oh, you making that up. You're exaggerating. You're exaggerating. Okay. So one little point I want to make about gaslighting or narcissist period is their ego is very fragile. So that's one thing I want you all to understand. Their ego is very fragile and they're very insecure. Did y'all know that? Yeah, they're very insecure. That's why they have to turn the tables and put it back on you because God forbid they ever dealt with their own issues. Oh no, sorry, Bob. We can't have that happen. That's not happening. Absolutely not. No, we're not. We're not dealing with our own issues. We're not doing that. No, we're not. We're going to point out yours, but we're not going to deal with ours. We're not going to deal with ours because we don't have any. We're perfect. We never do anything wrong. That's what the narcissists say. Yeah. Okay. All right. What else will they do? They, the purpose of this technique called gaslighting is to make you have a lot of self doubt. And of course, that affects your self esteem, which of course affects your choices. And the list goes on and on, right? So that's one of the purposes is to leave you full of self doubt, confusion, and all sorts of evil against yourself. Okay. Because like I said, God forbid something be wrong with them when actually it is more so, right? Um, they will also contradict you. So they'll do things um, like you know what the truth is, right? But like I said before, they'll try to make you feel like you're going crazy. So it's like contradicting, causing you or trying to, if you let them. I'm gonna give y'all some techniques to deal with the gaslighter too. If you let them, that's the key. Don't let them. It's a process up in here. It's a whole situation dealing with the somebody that's gaslighting. Okay. Um. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one. This is what they'll do. Diversion. You know what they'll do? They'll change the subject to something to make them look good. So say you so happen to confront them while they're doing the gaslighting, what they'll do is they'll switch it. They'll divert it. It's going to automatic, and it's going to be quick. It's going to happen quick. They're going to take the attention off of them and put it back on you. And you'll be like, wait a minute. How do we get to this subject? So let me tell y'all, this is like, it's kind of like ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But let me give you an example. So say for instance, you were having a conversation with them about something that was serious. Say it was like a serious conversation about something that happened, maybe between you and them, or maybe something that they witnessed that, well, of course they don't have empathy, but that's a whole other issue. But let's just say you're having a conversation with them, right? And you are, I don't know, let's just say we were talking about, it doesn't, you know what? Let's not even talk about something serious. Let's just say something like, you were in a store, right? Well, this is kind of serious, but it ain't really that deep. But let's say you were in a store, right? And the person that you were with was just being very nasty to the person behind the counter, or the person. Say you're at a department store, and the person. Let's use this example because this I have familiarity with this example. Say you were in a department store in a shoe department, and the person you were with was being very nasty, just rude to the salesperson, just rude. And after that, you confront the person and say, "Hey, that was really bad how you were treating that salesperson." Then the person that you're confronting, they'll be like, "Well, what are you talking about? You was rude. I remember when you were 12 and you did this." You like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm 50. Why are we talking about when I was 12? That type of diversion. That's how it is. You be like, how do we get from the shoe department to when I was 12? I'm so confused. But I'm telling you, that diversion is real. It's not a joke. It's it's ridiculous, is what it is. Okay. The other thing they'll do is they'll minimize your feelings. So if you are confronting them about a way that they made you feel, right? You say, that really bothered me when you did that. When you said that. They'll say things like, "Oh, you're petty. You're just petty." I'm petty? There is no end to this. I'm telling you, there's no end. It doesn't end. It's just spiraling. It spirals out of control. You look like a fool. You really do. Arguing with somebody that's gaslighting you. It's ridiculous. Um, Now, when it gets into physical abuse, of course, I shouldn't say of course, because I don't make assumptions. But that's a no-no. Okay. And of course, um, a lot of children have been physically abused by a narcissist. But I'm talking about being an adult and being in an abusive situation. That should be a, a, a neon red flag that you need to get out. Okay. Don't stay in those situations because nobody should be abused, period. Even though gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse, it's still abuse. But when it gets physical, I shouldn't say but, and physical abuse, yeah, could definitely cost you your life. Okay. We're not, I don't want anybody to lose their life. Too many people have, and people lose their lives. Somebody losing their life right now. Okay. So, um, yeah, I wanted to talk about that. And, it could come in the form of also from a job, which would be like a tribe where say you have say you work with people and the gaslighter is the boss, right? Or the narcissist is the boss and they're gaslighting. And you'll have a tribe. Say you're the only person that knows what they're doing. Because a lot of people, they don't know. Or they do know, but they just choose to ignore it because they're afraid to lose their job or whatever. They're afraid to speak up. I don't know. But when you have a tribe of people that they get behind the boss and this is wrong, you're like, wait a minute. Now this person is this boss or supervisor is not doing what they're supposed to do, but they're putting it on everybody else and people are taking up for them. And the tribe will come up against you and say, oh, their bark is worse than their bite. And you're thinking, no, but I know they're not appropriate and they're abusive. I know that. But it's like you're gonna hit a brick wall because when you have that tribe that's all around the gaslighter, it's like you might as well just keep your mouth shut because it's useless. You wasting energy and it's just a waste of time. Okay. And what about by proxy? So by proxy could be like in a family situation where you may have a husband that's say the wife is a gaslighter, or the mother is a gaslighter, a narcissist, and the husband protects them and say, "Oh, she didn't really mean that." Yes, she did. Yes, she absolutely did. The point is, wrapping this video up, y'all. The point is, listen, if you're in a situation where you, for some reason, can't get out of the situation, let's say it is a family member and you don't have the means to leave the situation at that time, the best thing to do is just one word answers. Yes. No. How are you doing today? Good. You see what happened? Yep. It as least information given as possible. And please, in Jesus' name, do not, do not. I wish I had it. Let me see. Let me show y'all something. Do not, do not. I'm writing this down for y'all so y'all can see. I like visuals. Y'all see this? Do not share vulnerable information with a narcissist. No, 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 no. Because guess what's going to happen? It's going to come back. All they doing is they stacking it up. They stacking it like bricks. They stacking it. They stacking all the information so they can, yeah, so they can throw it right back in your face. So do not share vulnerable information with them because it will come back to bite you in your behind. Believe that. Absolutely. So, yeah, don't do it. Do not share vulnerable information with them. All right. I pray that this video helps someone that is going through this situation. I will continue this series until God tells me to stop. I'm gonna cover um some more subjects dealing as far as dealing with a narcissist in the hopes that you will recognize some of these situations, and you can hopefully develop some tools to deal with the narcissist, because it is a whole situation, you all. And for you to keep your sanity and your peace of mind, and for you to be happy, I just pray that some of these tools that I share in these videos, that you will take them to heart and really, really love yourself. Okay. My gem for today is that gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse that people don't talk about. And I pray that I could be one of the people here on earth that talks about it, that can help people get through these horrible, toxic relationships. All right, y'all. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next video. All right. Remember, do not share those vulnerable things with the gaslighter or narcissist. All right. See you on the next video. Bye bye.